Hello, hello. Welcome to Cope, Hope, and Thrive. I'm your host, Melissa Gradnigo Taylor. So this is actually a test podcast. I'm working on trying to figure it all out. So I figure, hey, let me do a little test podcast and put it out on my different social media platforms as I'm trying to figure it out. So this Cope, Hope, and Thrive podcast is just a place where life is celebrated, life as it is. We're not promised rainbows and dreamy skies and everything to be perfect in life. We're promised that, from God anyway, that He'll be with us in every situation. And so to do that, we got to learn how to cope with some things. And as we learn how to cope with our lives as they are, in whatever the situation may be in, then hope is cultivated. And when we can cope, deal with our stress, deal with the things that we have to deal with day to day, and we develop that hope, then thriving is going to be the outcome. Thriving looks different ways to different people. And so the purpose of this podcast and the purpose of the blog and all the different platforms is to encourage you that you're not alone in your situation, that it's temporary, that there is a way through, not necessarily out, but through, and that it is possible for us to gain the tools that we need to cope with whatever we're dealing with so that we can alleviate that stress and change our perspective and see things differently, so that hope can be cultivated. Hope is powerful. Hope is what gets us through. Hoping for change, hoping for the next thing, hoping for just God's presence and God's His sovereignty in every situation. So that's what we're doing on this podcast, YouTube channel, Facebook page, Twitter, blog. Just trying it out, jumping out there and doing something a little bit different and seeing what God will do and seeing how we can celebrate the ways that He shows up in our lives every day. So thank you for listening for the moment, and I look forward to more content and more celebrations, some interviews, and just some life lessons as we celebrate life and how we cope, hope, and thrive. And we'll see how God will redefine and redesign our lives. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Signing off, Melissa Taylor.